So, how do you prepare for a big fight in terms of training, eating, sleeping? What's your typical training routine? You want to know about it?
You know, right now it takes 66 days to form a habit. So right now I'm in a process of forming a new habit. I am going to bed early and waking up early. I'm a firm believer that structure is the true key to success. The structure is the true key to billions, I feel. Any billionaire or any successful person I've met, they are structured. They go to sleep at a specific time. They wake up at a specific time. For me, I had many ups and downs in my career, many adversities. An example I will give you, the Nate Diaz 1 fight and then the Nate Diaz 2 fight. The Nate Diaz 1 fight, my training camp was reckless. I was not structured. I would train when I felt like it. There was no set times. The Nate Diaz 2, the rematch, I went to bed at a specific time. I woke up at a specific time. And I was able to build the body up and get myself into prime physical condition to face a larger opponent who's renowned for his cardiovascular abilities. So structure for me was the key to success in that one, the key to retribution, and that's what I am in the process of regaining now. You know, I've been in this game so long. It's so easy for somebody to do this once. It's so easy for somebody to train hard and cut weight once, maybe even twice, but to do it time after time, year after year in these mega events. You know, the commitment and the lapse of effort takes dips. So right now I am building this back up. My hunger is rising. I have some news for you all, for the world here. For me, I wish to compete here in Moscow, Russia. We know that, this is known. We know what bout I am seeking here in Mother Russia. The people of Russia deserve this inevitable rematch to take place here in Moscow, and it will happen. However, I am not waiting around for that man. That man is a known pullout, a known fear of risk. He does not take risk. So for me, I am not waiting around. I would like to announce to the public the return of the notorious Conor McGregor will take place on January 18th in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that is my comeback fight. It is 12 weeks this Saturday. I'm in prime physical condition. I have agreed the date with I've agreed the date with the company. As far as the opponent, I have the opponent's name, but for me, the game I am in, and from experience, if I was to give you people the name, which I would love to do, I know the UFC would flip it because they are a crafty company. So for me, here's this one. Ask the UFC who the opponent is, because I do not give a fuck who the opponent is. January 18th, the return of the notorious Conor McGregor, 12 weeks this Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. That will be the beginning of my season. I will then look to compete against the winner of Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal for the bad motherfucker title. Obviously, I have history with Nate Diaz. We are set to make the trilogy bout. So we will see how that one goes. I feel Nate will get the better of that one. And we will contest the trilogy bout. Then I will seek the Moscow bout. And it will be against the winner of Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I can't even say the guy's name. Who gives a fuck what the guy's name is? But that is the bout we want. We want this bout in Moscow. The people of Russia deserve this bout to take place. The people of the world deserve this bout to take place. It is an inevitable rematch. It is a rematch that I will come in sharp, fresh. I will have no injuries. I will have no alcohol. I will have no outside influences. I will be fully focused. Exactly what the people deserve. Exactly what the fans deserve. And we will settle it once and for all.
Is it an official statement? You're going to fight against Khabib in Moscow, like maybe next year?
Oh yes. Oh well, the winner of Tony and Khabib. He is afraid of the Moscow bout for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Does he represent Russia? I don't think he does represent Russia. I've never seen the man represent Russia in my life. Have you ever seen him raise a Russian flag like I raised the Irish flag with pride? I have never seen it once in my life. He is running from the bout in Moscow. The public want it. The people want it. His own father wants it. He does not want it. He wants to bring a man down to a weight he has never competed in before. Even though in that weight division, he himself has almost died making that weight. He is afraid of risk. A man who fears risk will conquer nothing long-lasting. There will be no longevity in his career, as he has he does not take risk at all. His last opponent was a former featherweight, which I knocked out in 90 seconds. I knocked out that man in 90 seconds. It took him over three rounds to get the job done. So This is an inevitable rematch. We know this. We know it is happening. He can run, and he does run. It is in the nature of the Dagestani man to run. Every great Russian knows this about the Dagestani man. Every Chechen knows this about the Dagestani man. They run and they cower, and that's it. And that's what you were seeing with Khabib. He is running and he is cowering away, like he did in Brooklyn when I showed up that day. So it is an inevitable rematch. I will tell him this: you can run, but you cannot hide. You've seen him last week, or whenever it was. He ran out of the press conference. He scurried out of the press conference here in Moscow. It is in his nature, but trust me, I am coming for him. But forget him for the minute. Like I said, January 18th, the return of a fully focused, notorious Conor McGregor will take place in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ask the UFC who the opponent is, because I do not give a fuck. I am going to go through the entire roster like a chainsaw through butter. Make no mistake about that.
Wow, it sounds awesome. Conor, I want to ask you, how do you prepare mentally for each opponent? You told me how you prepare physically, but mentally, I think it's like maybe even more important than be prepared physically.
For me, mental strength comes from your commitment, the work ethic you put in. For me, like I said, I am doing this so long, I have lapses in it. Sometimes, some fights throughout the years, I have been all in. There would be no distractions, zero distractions. And then you rise up and you win, and then things happen and more business comes along and distractions happen. And then the lack of effort, then you are not working as hard. So that has happened to me in my past. But for me, my mental strength comes from my work ethic, from my focus. And trust me when I tell you, I am focused here. I am structured now. I am developing a solid structure. I go to bed at the same time. I wake up at the same time. And I train at the same time. There is structure and there is no outside influence. The fight is 12 weeks this Saturday. When I go from this press conference and this tour here, I go into camp. And you will not see me until I show up to fight.
Okay, and where do you get your inspiration? Keeping doing what you're doing, like from day to day.
You know, for me, on the come up, my inspiration and my motivation would come from looking at people who defy the odds. People who do what they are told they cannot do. You cannot do that, but the person still does it. The person works hard and goes ahead and pushes on. And that's where I took my motivation. Right now, I take motivation and inspiration from my young kids, Conor McGregor Jr. and Mcgregor McGregor, my beautiful young kids, my little family. That is what motivates me and inspires me. I want to show them what hard work and what structure and what focus can do. I want to show them the best of myself. And that's what I will do on January 18th and continuing into my 2020 season. The return of the notorious Conor McGregor.
Do you want your son to be a champion of UFC someday?
You know, it's quite easy to become a champion. I want him to become a champion, a double-weight champion. Hey, maybe even a three-weight champion. If the UFC wise up and add more weight divisions also, which they should, I feel. You know, you've had people that have nearly died making weight. If you look at Khabib Nurmagomedov, he almost died on the scales making 155 pounds. Yet he wants to bring a former middleweight, a former welterweight down to make 155 pounds. It is the sign of a coward. You know, it makes no sense to me. So, for me, my son, he will be skilled in mixed martial arts competition. He will be skilled in all of the martial arts, just like his father. But it will be up to him if he wants to do this. I will not force him. He will have the skills to do it if he wishes, but he can do many things in this world.
Were you expecting some provocative things from Team Khabib while you're in Moscow?
Sorry?
Were you expecting maybe some provocative things, some provocations from Team Khabib while you're in Moscow?
Are they here? I don't see no one here. They know better. They know from past. So I do not expect this. I do not fear this. If they wish, like I said, my location. Where's my location? The Ritz-Carlton. I'm in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel if anyone wants my location. Right here in downtown Moscow. So, you know yourself. Where is he right now? I believe he's out of the country. I fly in, he flies out. Typical of the Dagestani man.
Can you tell us, please, who did you get into MMA? We want to talk about your path, you know, to the path where you become who you are. Yeah, so who did you get into MMA sports when you were a kid? How did you get there?
You know, mixed martial arts, I believe, found me. Obviously, fighting, the Irish, we are renowned for our fighting, and we are renowned for our drinking also, so I'm on top of both games. So, it found me growing up as a young kid, obviously. you know, disputes happen or whatnot, and I felt I needed to be adept in combat sport and combat discipline to be able to defend myself in any situation, and that is how I began studying combat sports. Like most young men, they enter combat sports for two reasons. One, their father was in it and they inherited it, or two, they are in it for self-defense, to learn how to defend themselves. I was number two, self-defense, and that's it. I rose into the game through that, and then I rose up all the way.
Can you please give some advice to the youngsters who dream of the professional career, the sports career, outstanding one that you have?
You know, train hard, obviously, stay focused, be careful what you put into your body, be disciplined with